Hello everybody, Sabi here, and yes, X marks this bot. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're reacting to another video from Game Theory. Actually, this video came out like 3 months ago, and I was supposed to react to it before the last video I posted, which you guys should definitely watch if you missed that. Title of the video called Game Theory: 3 New FNAF Security Breach Theories. So if you guys didn't know, the creator of FNAF, Scott Cawthon, actually retired from making, FNAF games and retired of FNAF entirely. This is actually really big news considering the fact that Scott Cawthon has been supporting and carrying the series of FNAF for over 10 years, and although it may sound a little early, I think he deserved it for all the hard work that he puts into it and how much love he put into his work and how much love he puts into his fans, for his fans anyways. I'm not saying that he's quitting FNAF. He actually is looking for like someone to take over the role or director to direct the series entirely, and he will support it in some way, but he won't be making the games, like, you know what I mean? Though this is sad news, well, I'll always be a fan of Scott's work, and to be honest, it's because of his work on FNAF that changed indie games forever. FNAF just started out as a standard indie game that people can just buy for $5 into a whole entire fandom with at least, like, I want to say 7 games or 8 games. I lost count. Well, and new books and even a new movie that's coming out, which let's hope that actually comes out. And even lots of fans coming from it. It's because of this fan base that even inspired a lot of movies to come out that seem to have the same pace as FNAF. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, like, movies like The Banana Splits and Willy's Wonderland or something like that. The message that Scott Cawthon made, like, is actually in his website, and it's in the description down below. If you look at it, I'll basically show it to you guys so that you can see his his goodbye note to say. Last thing I want to say is that I want to thank you, Scott, for how much you put into your series and how much you did for all your fans and fan base, and I'd like to thank you for that. Last thing I want to say is that I just want to say thank you, Scott, for how much you did for us. But enough about that. Let's get straight into the video. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe to this video, why don't you? Also, comment down below on what video I should react to next, whether it's another game theory video or maybe a different video entirely. That's up to you guys. Last thing I want to mention, make sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my new TikTok account. It's actually in the description down below, so why don't you? Anyways, enough of me talking. Let's get straight into the video, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're kicking off Game Theory's 10th anniversary month. Yes, I am,
oh, congrats, man.
Old. April 18th
wow.
will officially mark 10 years.
I don't know exactly how old is
For
MatPat,
context,
actually.
my debut was the same year that everyone fell in love with a Pop-Tart cat flying through space, and Rebecca Black's Friday was the most watched video.
I could imagine any, like, girl just, like, hyping up that, like,
the channel
just
being older
full
than
max
dirt,
volume on that song. I could just
like
imagine.
Mastering an old theory or two, giving you a behind-the-scenes look at what it actually takes to do these things in 2021, and capping it all off with a live stream celebration on April 30th to thank you guys for an unreal decade of over-analysis.
Welcome,
There's also
man.
a commemorative 10th anniversary gold foil shirt
new merch,
with
man.
Easter eggs from the past 10 years of episodes if you want to celebrate alongside us. That's available right now below this video and only until the end of the month, so if you're interested, grab it before it's gone. As for today's episode, well, it wouldn't be an anniversary of this channel without an episode about FNAF. And what better way to cover our longest running series than doing it rewind style.
Oh, that's hot.
Not that rewind. I'm talking about editing it in all the styles that we've had across the
that is actually very interesting.
So without further ado, let's talk about new developments in
so
FNAF
they're
and
using
Game
different
Theory
animations
styles
on their
through
past, I guess. Oh, they even using their old intros when they're even using mixing up all their old intros they had. That is actually really cool.
Hello Internet, welcome to
Game Theory.
Gaming's tangential learning experience. In the past few months, we've gotten a lot of new FNAF content. A gameplay trailer for Security Breach dropped, 2 new books
I'm still excited. I'm still excited to watch to play that game
as part of a charity stream. And sometimes, dear Webiverse, you have ideas, random thoughts that are floating around your head, but not enough to make a full theory out of. Maybe enough for a game hypothesis, perhaps, but not so much for a fully fledged theory. So today I'm gonna nab those little theory nuggets hovering around my head and serve them up on a delicious platter for you to munch on. In true Fazbear Frights fashion, I'm gonna present to you 3 mini theories covering the upcoming security breach, the twists I expect that we'll see in the game, and where the franchise might be headed next. Because I think the information is starting to leak out. With delays in this new game causing it to lag behind, I think other parts of the franchise, especially the books, are starting to surge ahead and might already be giving us clues as to life after the breach. So without any further ado, hop aboard, friendos, because this theory train is about to leave the station. Woo! Woo! Theory number 1, the Glamrocks are secretly toy animatronics. Recently, my good friend Dawko held a 24-hour charity stream benefiting the World Wildlife Fund, which, first off, congratulations to him to reaching his goal. The reason I bring the stream up here, though, is that as Dawko crossed different donation milestone goals, he was able to unlock screenshots from the upcoming Security Breach game, which, by the end, amounted to 20 images in total. And while most of them are just better angles of places that we saw in the recent gameplay trailer, there were a few that had details that really stood out. First was confirmation that Bonnie appears to be in the game in the form of
they did exile Bonnie, didn't he? Man, they exile Bonnie like Chica exiled from like sister location. Well, except for Vanny, who technically is a bunny, but never mind.
It had led everyone, myself included, to think that the game was just pulling a sister location where, if you'll remember, Chica was actually absent from the Funtime lineup, replaced by new characters like Baby and Ballora. But nope, Bonnie is here at the Pizzaplex. If not,
I'm not sure.
At the very least from a lore
I mean, maybe he's hinted or something, or I'm not sure if he's actually in the game or not. I don't know.
Other interesting shots included a view from what appears to be inside of Montgomery Gator's mouth. And while this certainly could be a walkway to a different part of his Gator Golf section of the restaurant, considering we see decorative heads on the walls and different photos from the stream.
Okay, seriously, who would even go to that? Who would even go to that, seeing that creepy face? Like, if that was actually like somewhere you can go to, like, why would anyone go there with that creepy face, boy?
Could this be an indication that we're actually going to be riding inside of Monty at some point in this game? It might seem outlandish, but it actually fits with what's already been leaked out about this title. In case you weren't aware, Funko Pop leaked out this statue of Security Breach, where we see our character hiding inside of Glamrock Freddy, indicating that at least one of the animatronics, Freddy himself, will be working alongside us to survive against Vanny the Killer Rabbit. So why not the other animatronics too? Looking at the characters side by side, we see that both Freddy and Monty seem to have a similar build and the same flip-open chest cavity. And consider this, we're stuck in the Pizzaplex, meaning that we'll presumably need ways to unlock different sections as the night goes on.
Oh, I get it. I think I know where this is going. So maybe like after they like you clear the stage, what the animatronics present, you get to like control them and help you with different ways of the pizzeria.
Except, animatronic murder themed. Like I said, bit of a long shot, but admittedly it'd be a pretty interesting gameplay mechanic.
That would be, actually.
Aligns with stuff that we think we know about this new title, so just saying. However, the biggest reveal came with the last picture, where we see a shattered version of Glamrock Chica abandoned in what's labeled the sewer.
And that beak is just gone.
Sections of the game, it's how she's dismantled that I wanted to call attention to. Chica has no beak. And
yeah,
if anyone
obviously.
who's been on this 6-year ride alongside me might remember, Chica missing her beak in this series is a big deal. Way back in the days of FNAF 4, Scott went out of his way to draw our attention to Toy Chica missing her beak.
So, completely out of nowhere, Scott emailed me saying, clue. During the minigames in FNAF 4, why would the tiny toy Chica be missing her beak?
Oh my gosh, and even in the asset you see Chica's beak lying on the ground.
Wow, so many memories coming back from that one. Oh, that was such a cool stream and such a cool day. Anyway, the missing beak is a reference to
memories.
two things. In FNAF 4, there's a tiny Chica with a beak that's lying on the ground, which
so
itself
maybe
is a reference to way back in FNAF 2, where the new version of Chica at the time, dubbed Toy Chica, would lose her beak when she went on the attack. So to see Glamrock Chica here missing her beak seems to be Scott and Steel Wool suggesting that she is none other than a reskinned version of the toy animatronic dating back
I'm not
to
sure about
2.
that.
And while that
Okay.
might seem like a leap in logic, the closer you look, the more this seems to be the case. Look at the similarities in the face shape, eye size, and hair feathers between Toy Chica and
I mean, they do share a lot of stuff, but that is obvious because you know.
Getting old school with it, let's count fingers and toes, friends. 4 fingers and 3 toes on Glamrock Chica, just like the 4 fingers and 3 toes on Toy Chica, which, mind you, is not the same as every other iteration of Chica.
That is
the
true.
The material that she's made out of appears to be the same. That hardened, glossy outer shell that would crack and shatter rather than rip or tear or mold.
Oh yeah, isn't it like a plastic or something?
Animatronics. Want even more proof? Remember how Foxy isn't present in this game yet? Well, you know the only animatronic without a toy version? Foxy. It was
Mango.
True in FNAF 2,
Well, technically
no
Mango.
Foxy. It was true in the FNAF 4 minigame. Bonnie, Chica, Freddy, but no Foxy. And here again, if these are indeed reskinned toy animatronics, there's no toy Foxy. Follow the missing Foxy, my friends. Follow the Foxy. Now, why would this matter? Well, it actually matters a lot. If you can remember back that far, the toy animatronics are actually meant to be friendlies to children. Don't have to take my word for it. Let's listen to another blast from the past explain it.
They've spent a small fortune on these new animatronics. Facial recognition, advanced mobility, they're all tied into...
Okay, that is a lot. To be honest, come to think of it, that is a lot more advanced than that is a lot more advanced, especially in that time. So I'm not sure how they even got the money to even do that.
They interact with the kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they just stare.
They interact with kids just fine. The reason they attack us in the game is that we're an adult, a security guard that looks an awful lot like William Afton, but kids are fine. Again, if Security Breach is all about animatronics helping Gregory against the threat of Vanny, this makes perfect lore sense. Gregory is a kid. The toy animatronics are designed to protect kids. Coincidence? I think not. Between the visual similarities, the missing Foxy, and the lore
that would be interesting. Although it wouldn't make sense for them
just a theory. My first theory of the day. We've still got 2 more to cover.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, but it is an interesting thought.
2, Elizabeth Afton is the real villain. Over in Bookland, things are getting weird, which, you know, when it comes to a series where a rotting flesh suit filled with robot spaghetti is normal, is saying a lot. We'll get around to me.
To be honest, it's pretty normal at this rate. I feel like anyone can just make up anything.
First, I wanted to touch on a security breach theory that I've been banging on for about a month now. The fact that we'll need to redeem Vanny the killer for some sort of good ending in this game. I feel like the evidence for this has been pretty convincing thus far.
We need to find I think to find her, like, you know, make her not into a killer or something, trying to convince her out of the control of glitch trap and stuff.
Contradictory terms as help and how to induce compliance in human subjects, indicating glitch trap's control over her is not complete and she's trying to escape his grasp. There's more, but I've covered all that in much more detail in a previous theory. Suffice it to say, I feel good about that theory as it applies to Security Breach, but now we're getting even more evidence from outside of the games via the most recent Fazbear Frights book, The Cliffs. At this point, we're at book number 7, so you're probably aware at how these things work. 3 short horror stories set in various corners of the FNAF universe, followed by an epilogue that continues an ongoing narrative about the Wraith named the Stitch Wraith.
Oh, the Stitch Wraith.
Details from these stories will give clarity to the lore of the games. So what's new this month? In the latest epilogue, we have a lot of things going on. William Afton, having just spontaneously exploded his body in a previous story, now possesses a bunch of trash and machine parts. He's basically acting like a vacuum, sucking in everything around him to create, no joke, a giant 15-foot tall trash rabbit that the book called Afton Amalgamation.
Really?
You think that sounds weird? Yes.
Oh my god, this guy cannot go down. down.
to fight a giant trash bunny possessed by a serial killer. No, the reason I bring Trash Afton up is that what he does in the book seems relevant to our ongoing Vanny theory. Quote again, the problem was that when the trash monster stabbed the detective, it infected him with the spirit of the horrible man who animated it. For sure, Afton's spirit would
this
fill
is
the
like a
detective
Vanny
with evil,
situation.
but what if it
I
did
get
more
it.
than that? What if it killed him?
What?
Jake had to get the infection out. Afton, at this point in the lore,
What?
is just an infection, a virus
Yeah.
that needs to be extracted in order
Okay,
to save
okay.
the host's body, and it can be transferred just by a touch or a small wound. And so yet again, we get even more evidence for innocent people getting Afton infused into their bodies and needing to be cleansed, just like I've been predicting with Vanny this whole time. But there's another reason that I want to talk about this epilogue. Sure, the main action of the story is focused around our heroic detective teaming up with a Stitch Wraith to use the screaming mask of the puppet to destroy the giant Afton trash bunny, which is every bit of
Wait,
fever
what?
dream insane as it
Okay, I
sounds.
don't
So
remember
while all
that.
this chaos is going on,
Did
there's
I miss
someone-
another? Okay, did I miss another like another game theory episode? I feel like I did because I'm not sure. I did. Because all this feels like unfamiliar to me. Maybe it's just me because, well, because of how long I didn't post that video. So maybe it's just me. It's alright. Let's just continue. Let's actually turn back.
Trash bunny, which is every bit of fever dream insane as it sounds. But while all of this chaos is going on, there's someone else running around controlling things behind the scenes. Baby. Throughout the battle, we
What?
continuously catch short glimpses of a long-necked female animatronic. This, my friends, is Baby. The long neck is actually a callback to book 1 of the series and her story to be beautiful. Anyway, she fuses up with the Afton amalgamation until they start using the puppet mask against it, at which point she pieces out. And it's only
What?
then, after she leaves, that Afton loses. We get confirmation of this in the final sentences of the story. One final quote, the awful man's spirit wasn't as powerful as it had pretended to be. Afton's spirit was barely hanging on to this reality. Something besides Afton had been controlling the trash rabbit, and whatever it was worse. The real threat here wasn't Afton at all, it was Baby. She's the one at the end of the story who escapes to fight another day. She's the one who leaves the cliffhanger, and that, my friends, is weird. Let me explain myself. I think everyone, Scott included based on his Reddit posts, was surprised when Security Breach didn't come out last year. And just like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, when you have an elaborate
Yeah, Black
connected
Widow.
lore,
Now, I would
release dates
I would
long
actually
enough
like to
matters
see
a
that
lot,
movie,
except
but
for
I
one
think it was
problem.
too
When
late.
the ship is already sailing and there are so many companies and moving pieces and agreements involved, changing launch dates becomes really hard and potentially really expensive. To my knowledge, the book release dates never really shifted despite the game getting delayed. So could this epilogue be a preview of what's coming after Security Breach? Think about
Possibly.
it. In the Stitch Wraith story, Afton is doing what we expect him to do in Security Breach. He's acting like a virus infecting someone, in this case Vanny, who then needs to be cleansed. But then Fazbear Frights effectively ends Afton's story. It outright calls him weak. He's defeated by the mask, and it sets up Baby to become the ongoing big bad moving forward.
That would
What
be
I'm
interesting
saying
to
is that
see
what
the
if this
daughter
book was
become
supposed to
the
come
killer like
after
her father.
Security Breach had been released, but now, because of the game's delay, we're getting a preview of what it's setting up moving forward. In the trailer for Security Breach, we get this line.
There is more going on here than you realize.
Maybe there really are some new tricks up this game's sleeve.
Oh, wow,
But
I'm
what
covering,
could Baby
Matt
be
Pat's
working
face.
on moving forward? Well, for that, it's time to talk about theory number 3.
The third
Theory number 3,
theory, sorry.
The Body Snatchers. And now it's time for Matt Pat's final thought. Or final theory, I suppose. Man, those were really cringy for those, like, first couple episodes.
Oh
Why did
yeah,
I think
speaking
that was a good idea?
but didn't
Anyway, I'll
Baby
keep this one a
die
bit
like in the
shorter since
fire
episodes
or
get long,
something?
but
I
basically
don't know.
at this point, we've
Yeah,
got
whatever.
ourselves
Apparently anyone
21
can
short
come back these
stories in
days.
Fazbear Frights, and they cover everything from haunted animals to killer dolls to deadly video games. But there's one consistent theme across a shocking number of these stories: body
Yeah, a lot
snatching.
yeah, a
In book
lot of
number 1, we have To Be
animatronics and
Beautiful,
the
where
haunted
Baby
things
steals a
keep
human
us
girl's
snatching
piece
bodies,
by piece
isn't
so
it?
she can take over her identity. In book number 2, we have Lonely Freddy, where a boy is lured to the back of a Freddy Fazbear's pizzeria and mind swapped into a Freddy doll so the animatronic AI can go out into the real world posing as him. In book number 3, we have Room for One More, where mini Renas shove themselves into a security guard.
It's either Scott is running out of ideas, or maybe this is like setting up something.
Book number 5 has In the Flesh, where fine, I'll talk about this one. A male game designer, after a series of events, literally gives birth to a physical form of glitch trap by slicing him out of his own impregnated stomach. And of course, the game designer is named Matt. The guy is also a supreme jerk to everyone else throughout the story. So
oh my god.
Very subtle.
Wow.
Oh
my. Poor Scott. I mean, poor Matt.
To escape out into the real world, to become real or outright posing as their identity. And last, but probably most explicitly, is the latest story, He Told Me Everything, in which, and I'm gonna tell you what happens in the story, and you're not gonna believe me, but this is what happens in this story. A cult-like science club experiments using a substance called Phasgoo. The experiment involves the students pulling out one of their own teeth and feeding it to the goo, which then connects a gooey tendril to their finger. We eventually learn that the goo is draining the students' organs and bones in order to grow into a perfect clone of the original host. It is odd, and it really feels like it's pushing the limits of what can
well, that's definitely not violent
and ideas for horror stories in a series that
gross
has
at the same time.
Number of installments and is in constant need of new content. Absolutely, but it is the strongest recurring theme in the book series, and one that, when coupled with the Afton infection concept, seems like it could very well be the next logical step for the games. Think of it like Prop Hunt for FNAF. Who's real and who isn't? You don't know. You gotta figure it out. We've exhausted what one killer can do.
I think I understand.
Animatronics posing
Wait,
as real people is
actually,
that sister location.
Alright, so I actually got considering something back at the security breach trailer. So you know that blonde woman, that blonde security guard? What if like she was like taking over? And taken over somehow, and the kid's hiding for her, because that was shown in the trailer, because the kid was hiding like somewhere, and the security guard is looking for her. Maybe maybe he thought she knew her, but he didn't. Like, he got taken over. Maybe that's the case, because because the video did it, because there is a trend in the books that about saying body swap. So maybe that's the case. I don't know. It's an interesting theory in mine, a book. A game
open the door to, so if you have the ability to infect the masses, that's a new direction to take things, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we've had bad animatronics, looks like we'll have good animatronics, we've had people stuffed inside animatronics, we've had animatronics stuffed inside people. Now in the books, we're on a regular basis having animatronics turning into people. So why not an army of AIs inhabiting flesh-stolen suits? And if I'm right, and Baby is indeed filling the villain role for the series moving forward, seems like the sort of thing that she'd totally be into. Skin suits helped her escape sister location. She is literally able to be a body double for the protagonist Charlie in the original novel series. She's not a killer like her dad, she's a copier, a girl who's upset about dying young and losing her humanity early. So why not try to regain it back while creating an army of body snatchers to come along with ya? But hey,
that's just a theory.
3 game theories. Thanks for watching for 10 years, guys. By the way, theorists, if you're worried about...
Alright guys, that is it for today's video, and honestly, I am just so excited about Security Breach. This just makes me more excited about playing the game, because I'm not even sure what the story is really about, but if what MatPat said is true, this will be a very interesting story, and in an interesting way to take the series, where it's going. Apologies for me pausing the video. Just thought I never heard this story before. Maybe I did. I just didn't know it. I don't know. I gotta look back. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you like and subscribe. Also, guys, comment. Again, guys, and make sure to comment down below on what video I should react to next. Whether it's another game theory video or maybe a different video entirely. And make sure to follow me on Instagram and my TikTok, which are also in the description down below. With all this being said, I hope to see you guys soon. I'll see you later.